Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a live recording of a 50-minute full body flow. So find some space to move and let's get started. But we are going to start sitting down. So any comfy seat that works for you. And maybe you'll place your hands on your knees, maybe in your lap. And we'll start with just a nice shoulder roll. Well, a few of them, you can just lift your shoulders up and roll them back. Just keep doing that. And try to make your shoulder roll as big of a circle as it can be. And we're probably all rolling our shoulders back right now. But we might start to roll them forwards. And again, just take your time. Try to make those circles as big and as smooth as they can be, and just let your arms kind of move as much as they need. And then maybe do just one or two more going forwards. And then you can just come back, rest your hands back on the knees or in your lap. Scoot around a little bit so that you're comfortable. And then let your eyes close if you haven't already. Just notice the ground beneath you. Maybe lightly press into it to lengthen your spine a little bit more. Just scan your body. How are you feeling so far today? And can you relax through your forehead and your cheek? Can you bring some space between your teeth, keeping your jaw relaxed too? You might notice your tongue resting on the top of your mouth or maybe lightly touching the back of your front teeth. There might even be some space between your lips. Your mouth might be open. And just another breath or two. And then you can start to open your eyes, but maybe looking down just in front of you. Maybe wiggling your finger. Maybe looking up a little bit now, but we're going to move our legs in front of us, bending the knees and bringing the feet to the ground. And starting to lean back slightly. Lean back a little bit. Feel your core start to turn on as you pull your belly button back towards your spine. So we might keep our feet hip width apart and our knees hip width apart. And let's let our feet stay on the ground and lean back just enough to feel your core turn on. You can hold on to your legs, your knees, or you can reach past. Try to keep your feet on the ground. What happens when you maybe reach your arms out wide to your sides, and they might start to feel a little heavier as they come back and back, or maybe your core just has to work a little bit more too. And then bring your arms forwards again, maybe hold the knees, the back of the legs, or reach past. What happens maybe when you reach your arms up? Up any amount, if at all, feel that difference in the core that is required, and then just bringing your hands back down. Relax a little bit, but we're still leaning back to feel that fire. But you can hold the legs, the knees, or reach past. And then one more time, open out wide, and then close and come back, and maybe float those arms up. And then just bringing them down. And then you can lean forwards and give the knees a little hug or squeeze. If you're feeling your hip flexors, you might want to come into a little butterfly. A little butterfly meaning a short butterfly. Put the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. If you want to take a little sway side to side or a little lean forwards, you can do that too. But we are going to be moving to tabletop. So you can start to close the knees, maybe an extra squeeze though, and then you can come onto your hands and onto your knees. And once you're there, spread your fingers nice and wide, maybe giving your hips a little bit of a sway side to side. We're going to extend our left leg back behind us. Tuck the toes, push into the ball of that foot. Feel your calf, feel your ankle. You can stay here or you can move your leg out to the left side, maybe turning your toes to point forwards, pushing into that foot, maybe still feeling a stretch through that leg, maybe a stretch through the ankle. Now, if you did bring your leg off to the left, let's bring it back behind us. Tuck your toes again. That leg's still long behind us. Push into the ball of that foot. Maybe find that nice calf stretch. Now, our right hand might start to get a little bit lighter, and we might even reach up. So push into that left foot. You might take a little bit of a twist. You might reach up. You might look up, but then bringing that right hand back down to the ground and just reset and either keep that left leg behind you or bring it back out to the left. But plant that foot so you're using it to help you balance. Push into that foot. And then maybe your right hand will try to get lighter again. You've got your left leg out to the side. Move really slow. I think you can still get there, but it might feel a little different on that leg. But take your time, maybe just looking up, maybe reaching up, and then slowly bringing the right hand down. And we'll bring the left leg all the way in. So bend the knee, come back to your tabletop. Maybe give your hips a little bit of a sway. Maybe come off of the left hand. You could take a little counter stretch there. Palm facing up. And then planting your hands, spreading your fingers wide again, and start with the right leg going back, straight behind you. Straight behind you, push into the foot though. Get that nice stretch. Then maybe you will stay here. Maybe you'll bring your leg out to the right, push into that foot. Maybe the toes pointing forwards a little bit too. And then if you've got your leg off to the right, bring it back behind you. Push into the ball of the foot again, your kickstand. Maybe the left hand will start to get a little lighter, maybe not. But you can start to open it up to the left, a little bit of a twist, maybe reaching up, still pushing into that back foot. And then slowly coming back down, plant that left hand. If you want to send your right leg out to the side, set it up, press into the foot. And then once again, if the left hand wants to get lighter, it can. Take your time though. Give that leg a chance to be there, to get that nice stretch. And maybe you're able to twist, maybe not quite as much. But then slowly find your way back. Bring that left hand down and bring your right leg in. Back to your tabletop. You might sway your hips if your right hand wants that counter stretch. Palm facing up. Awesome work, you guys. So bring your hands back down. Spread the fingers wide again. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees up to your downward facing dog. You might pedal your feet a few times. Pressing the ground away and taking a slow breath in and a slow breath out. And then using an inhale to look forwards. As you exhale, walk on up to the top of your mat. Take your time, as many steps as you want. Once you get to the top, you can inhale into a half lift. And as you exhale, fold and pause. Pause in your forward fold. You might hold your elbows or just let your arms dangle. You might add a gentle sway or be still. Press your toes into the ground. Feel the length through the back of your leg. Maybe bending your knees a little bit more. Just letting your head be heavy too. If you're holding onto your elbow, you might let your hands fall back down towards the ground. Maybe bending your knees even more, kind of lowering the hips a little bit as you start to lift your head, lift your chest, and inhale into a half lift. You might lengthen the legs a little bit more too as you find a nice long spine. And exhale to fold again. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up and exhale. Lower your arms down to your sides. Maybe roll your shoulders back. And then take an inhale to reach up. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale into a half lift. And as you exhale, folding down, we're going to plant our hands and step both feet back to downward facing dog and press into your hands. Maybe pedal your feet, your head be a little heavier, your chest too, and staying for an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bring our knees down to our tabletop. Now we're going to be bringing our right foot forwards into a lunge, but we're going to have a nice short lunge. So maybe our hips are over top of our left knee. You need to roll your mat over under that left knee. You can roll your mat over and then move your right foot so that you feel balanced here. It might be out to the side a little bit. But once you are in your lunge, your short lunge, your hands might find your hips. Your hands, your arms might reach out wide, and you might even take a little peek up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit. Push into your front foot too. Open the chest. And then start to relax. You can bring your hands back to your hips. A little taller, a little longer through the spine. We're just going to start to peek over towards the right. Twist a little bit to the right. Your left hand could find the knee. Your right hand could stay on your hip, or that arm could reach out to the side, or it could kind of reach behind you a little bit. You might be even looking behind you a little bit, but push into your front foot too. Stay balanced, stay breathing. And then use an inhale to turn yourself to face forwards. Now we're gonna let the chest come down to our knee and our hands to the ground. And you might shift your right knee forwards past your toes, lifting that right heel up and stretching that ankle more. You might walk your hands even further, try to rest your chest on your knee. But stretching that right ankle. So notice your left foot here, your back foot. And you lift it, flex it, and maybe tuck your toes under. So that if we send our hips back, you're going to keep that left knee on the ground. If we walk our hands back, send our hips back, dropping that right heel down. So kind of back to that short lunge that we started in. Maybe our toes are tucked. Maybe your toes were already tucked last time. Lucky you. You can lift up. You can try to lift up. Lift the hand or rest the hands on the knees. Or you can actually bring your hands back down and then try to sit back on your heel. Now let your front foot move closer, maybe a little half toe squat. If that left knee wants to lift, it can lift a little less of a toe squat, but maybe a little bit more comfortable. You can keep that knee on the ground. Take a breath wherever you are. We're going to be crawling our way back to tabletop. So maybe that means you're lifting your hips, walking your hands up, And bringing your right knee down. And if your left toes are tucked, untuck them. Maybe shake some things out, your ankles, little tap of the toes on the ground if you want. And then when you're ready to switch sides, your left foot can start to come forwards. If you feel nice and wobbly here, you can also be close to a wall or something like that, or a table. You can hold on to things around you if you're lucky enough to have things around you. But that nice short lunge, so we're not really stretching the hip flexor, balancing though, tall, lifted up through the chest. Your hands might be on your hips. You might reach them out. You might try to look up, try to squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit. So just a little lift of the chest. Let the belly button stay in. The hips haven't really moved either. And then you can relax your arms back down to your sides. Maybe your hands will find your knee or your hips. Lengthen the spine a little bit more though. You might start to peek over to the left. Maybe your right hand finds your knee, the left hand to that hip, or reaching it out in some way. Out to the side, maybe a little bit behind you. Maybe you're looking that way too. A little bit of a twist. Push into your right foot or your front foot as well. And then use an inhale to come back so that you're facing forwards. And if we can start to lean down, chest to the knee, hands to the ground, shifting forwards gracefully, lifting that back or the heel, the left heel. I'm getting my limbs mixed up today. Lift the front heel slightly as your knee comes past your toes. You can keep walking the hands forwards, maybe trying to rest your chest on your knee too. Feel that ankle, that calf. And maybe you can notice your back foot and try to lift it and flex it and tuck those toes under. And then maybe we start to send the hips back, walk the hands in, and drop that left heel down. Just slowly shift your way back. You might lift up if you want to lift up. You might come back down. Bringing the hands down and trying to keep sending the hips back. If everything's feel good, you might move the front foot a little closer. You might keep it where it is. Your baby toe is not tucked under. You might help it tucked under. And then you might end up sitting back on your heel. You might lift the knee or you might keep it down. Not sure if we lifted our hands on the other side, but you could lift up if you wanted even more. And then we're just going to be making our way back to tabletop. So however you can get there. Left knee down, untuck those right toes if they're tucked, shake out the ankles, tap the toes if you'd like. And then we're going to find our way onto our bellies. So you can lay down. Stack your palms, maybe rest your forehead. You can give your hips a gentle sway if you want to. And we're going to be bringing our arms out to the sides, both of them. Find your 10 and your 2 on your clock with the fingertips or your palms, whatever you prefer, to push slightly into them, to lift your chest up just a bit so that you feel your back start to turn on. And then pull your belly button back towards your spine as well. Find your breath. That little small fire building in your back. So gentle press into your hand. And notice if your feet are floating on you. Maybe you can let them stay touching the ground. But take just another inhale. And as you exhale, relax. Let your chest melt down. You can bring your hands back in. Maybe stacking your palms under your forehead. Maybe taking a sway through the hips. Now let's scooch our legs just a little bit closer together, a little bit closer together than they are. We're going to start to float just our right foot. So we'll keep our upper body down, the head, the chest. And we're going to try to float our right foot and knee maybe and quad maybe, and pretend there's a string around your big toe and somebody's pulling on it to make your leg as long as it can be. And just try to float whatever parts of that right leg will float while the left leg stays down, your chest, your forehead. The only thing that's trying to work right now is your right leg. Let it be independent from the rest of your body. Your right glute can work. Nice job, you guys. Let the right leg come down and try the left. Maybe it's just the toes, the foot that will float for you. Maybe the knee. Pull your belly button in a little bit. But relax and squeeze the left leg and pretend there's that string on the toe. So we're not going for a really high lift, a little lift with a long leg. And then you can slowly, slowly bring your left leg back down. If it's more comfortable to bring the feet wider, the legs a little wider, you can bring some space between them. And you might give your hips a little bit of a sway side to side, but we're going to be moving our arms back out to our sides. And maybe that 10 and that 2, where your hands can press into the ground, and we'll keep our feet down. And you'll pull your belly button up, lift your chest just slightly. Feel your back working for you again. So this time, if you do want to lift your hands, lift them, let them float. And when your belly button starts to push into the ground, you pull it up towards your spine. And you turn off your forehead. Relax your face. Can your feet stay on the ground? If you're floating your hands, try to squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit. But maybe you can feel that work in your upper back as well. Your hands are still on the ground. Push into them a little. Breathe. Nice, gentle fire. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, melt it down. Let the chest come down. Bring your hands under your forehead. Maybe a little sway through your hips. So we're going to be staying here on our bellies. We're going to be bending or lifting up the right foot, but this time bending the knee. Bending the knee. And you can just squeeze the leg a little bit to bring your heel towards your glute, or you can reach back for your foot. And if you're going to reach for your foot, maybe try to hang on to the outer edge of the foot to start. Nice quad strap. Then you might try to hang on to the inside edge of the foot, or you might stay as you are. That might stretch your arm, your shoulder a little bit more. And if you're holding on to your foot right now, get ready to let go of it by squeezing the leg so that if you let go of it, maybe the foot doesn't move, so that you can slowly bring it down to the ground. And you might just stack the palms and rest your forehead and give your hips a little bit of a sway again before you start to bend your left leg. Squeeze the leg a little bit, bend the leg, bring the heel towards the glute, and you can just stay here, or you can reach back and maybe try to just hold the outside edge of the foot to start. Relax your upper body. And if you're holding your foot, you might try to hold the inside of it now. See how that feels on your arm, on your shoulder. And if you're holding onto your foot right now, as we get ready to let it go, can you squeeze the leg and let go? And maybe that foot doesn't swing away from you. And you can slowly, slowly lower it. And just stacking your palms once again, giving your hips a nice sway side to side. You can take your right arm and start to move it out to the side. Just palm down, hand in line with shoulder. If you want to roll onto your right side, you can roll. Let your head stay on the ground, just opening up through the chest and the shoulder more. Take another breath here. If you did come onto your side, you can start to roll on back onto your belly. Bring your hands back in, maybe under the forehead for a moment, maybe a gentle sway of the hips. But your left arm will be going out to the side, palm down. And if you're going to roll onto the left side, you can roll whenever you're ready. Let your head stay on the ground. So you guys take another breath and start to roll your way back onto your belly if you're on your side. Bring your palms under your forehead once again. Maybe a little sway through your hips. You're going to be lifting up just to the forearms. Lift your chest, tuck your elbows underneath your shoulders. Palms facing down. And then try to lift your belly button up and drop your shoulders from your ears at the same time and squeeze what you gotta squeeze. Relax what you can relax in your sphinx. Just another inhale. And letting the exhale, bring your chest down. Stack the palms again. Relax your back, your whole body. Maybe giving your hips a sway side to side. Your right arm is coming back out. Same thing as before. Your arm can be straight, or you can find the cactus arm, but palm facing down and maybe tipping over onto the right side. So then another stretch the shoulder, maybe the same thing that you did just before. Let your head stay on the ground. Maybe you've rolled onto your right side. Use an inhale to find your way back to your belly. And you can move that right arm in. Stack the palms. Relax, maybe a sway through the hips until you are ready to bring your left arm up, either straight or the cactus arm. Palm down though. And maybe rolling over onto your left side. So use an inhale to come on back all the way to your belly again, stacking the palms, relaxing completely, maybe a little sway of the head. All right, where we go next, you can stay relaxed on the upper body, chest on the ground, forehead resting on the ground or your hands. Lifting the right foot, bending the knee with a little squeeze of the leg. If you want to lift your chest, you can find your forearms. You can bring this into a sphinx, but lift your belly button up. Squeeze that leg a little bit. If you want to reach for your foot, you can relax the chest on the ground, or you can stay on the left forearm, but just turn it so that's kind of on an angle. So it's underneath your chest, and then your right hand is available to reach back for it. You can either hold the inside or the outside of the foot. Just another breath or two. And then squeeze the leg a little so that if you let go of it, if you're holding it, it doesn't go anywhere. And you can gently place it on the ground. You are lifted up on the forearms, melt it down for a moment, and relax. Move a little bit if you need to move a little bit, or be still. And then if things are feeling good on your back, you might be lifting your chest to try the other side, or you might keep the chest relaxed down. Just give your glute a squeeze, lifting that left foot up. And you can keep the chest relaxed. You can reach for the foot again with the chest staying on the ground. If you're going to lift up, though, to your sphinx, lift the belly button up. Drop the shoulders down. Squeeze that leg a little bit. You don't have to reach back for the foot. It doesn't even need to lift. But if you're going to reach, turn that right forearm a little bit so it's supporting you. Reach back with that left. Inside, outside of the foot, whatever you prefer. Maybe you can still be facing forwards though. Take just another breath or two. And if you're holding onto the foot, squeeze that leg. So if you let it go, it doesn't go anywhere. And you can gently place it down. Let your chest come down too if you have it lifted. Relax once again. Give the hips a sway if you want. We're going to be pushing ourselves all the way up onto our hands and our knees. And then we're going to sit down with our legs in front of us. You might give your knees a squeeze. You might just sit in a comfy seat, but if you want to rock or sway side to side a few times. Okay, we're going to take that little lean back, but don't worry, it's for a twist. So I'm actually going to bring my feet together, my knees together, and squeeze them together slightly. Our feet are going to stay on the ground. If you want things to be hip width apart, that's fine too. But take your lean back and then start to turn your chest over towards the left. So we're leaning back. The left hand can come to the ground. A little bit of work for the core. And the right arm might cross over top of the legs. And you might take a peek behind you. Maybe feel a nice twist here. And then using an inhale to look forwards, turn your chest forwards. And if you have to lift your hands up for a second, maybe you're in that nice, strong spine. You're leaning back a little bit. Your feet are together. Give your knees a squeeze together. And then you can start to look over towards the right, but the right hand can come to the ground. Push into it a little bit. Maybe the left arm's crossing over top. Maybe you're looking beside you, behind you. And then if you use an inhale to look forwards, face forwards again, and you're still leaning back, hold the legs if you want, or reach past the legs if you want, but start to lower yourself down. Lead with your low back and lay yourself all the way down on the ground, including your shoulders, your head, everything. You can walk the feet in closer. You can hug your knees to your chest if you want to sway side to side, side to side. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm going to be holding on to our right leg. If you can hold on to the back of the quad, do that. So you can just relax the lower half of your leg. Let the knee bend, the ankle relax, hugging the knee towards the chest a little bit. But think I'm just trying to relax my right leg as much as I can, starting with the hip all the way to the toes. Your left leg, that foot planted on the ground. You could either send it out long or you could let the knee fall out to the side for half a butterfly, half a diamond for that left leg. And then let's try to relax our right leg more. Our hands are just kind of holding it, but go for maximum relaxation. The least amount of effort possible for the right leg. If you did move your left leg long or into that diamond shape, you can bring that foot back down to the ground, the knee up. Let go of your right leg too. Plant that foot. And then you can start to find the left leg. So maybe behind the quad. I find on top of the knee, kind of put a little more effort into hugging it. But that's just me, maybe. Go for a nice, relaxed, limp left. The toes, the ankle. All the way up to your hip. And if your right leg wants to go long, or if it wants to come into that half diamond shape, you might let the knee fall out to the side. And then just continue to relax your left leg. Use your arms the least amount possible too. It's not a big hug of the knee, just a little hold of the leg. Moving the right leg back so that the foot is planted again. And you can slowly let go of your left leg too, planting the foot. Maybe swaying the knee side to side. Then you can either keep the knees bent and feet planted a little bit longer, or you can send them out long and even out wide now. We're just going to be taking our hands, though, palms facing down. Your arms could be straight, your arms out to your sides, maybe kind of like Shavasana. Or you can bend the elbows and try to bring your hands underneath you, maybe under your glutes, maybe your low back, maybe up to the middle of your back, maybe towards your shoulder blades. The higher you go, though, the more you might feel your shoulders, your chest. So let your palms face down. Maybe tuck your hands under you in some way. Try to relax through your leg. Relax through your belly. Even relaxing through your arms, even though you might be feeling a stretch here. If you did tuck your hands under you, you might do one at a time to get them out. You might do a little bit of both at the same time. But move slow. Move the least amount you have to move. And if you extend your arms out wide and let your palms face up, maybe you're moving your legs out long now too. You can find your way to Shavasana, maybe feeling some extra sensation through your fingers, your hand, up your arm. Just let every part of you melt into the ground. And slowly start to wiggle your finger and your toe. Maybe taking a deep breath in. You could reach your arms up above your head for a big stretch. Bending your knees so you can roll over. Finding your way up to a comfy seat when you're ready. And maybe taking a shoulder roll. A nice big shoulder roll backwards, and then maybe forwards, and then finding your way to bringing your hands together. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great rest of the day, maybe the rest of the week too, and we will see you very soon. Namaste.